gonna make a staple from back in the day, my Bistro Steak Frites. But now let's do this steak. This is called a hanger steak. Why do they call it a hanger steak, Jeff?
It hangs from the loin there.
Well, I'm the last rib, okay? And it's 2 pieces. I've cut it because this is big enough for probably,
I guess that.
3 people, maybe 4 with the fries. It was called a butcher steak because the butcher used to take it home because it used to be, it's a throwaway. Everybody wanted the filet, they wanted everything else, and the ribeye, and the
$59.99 now,
Bialis
right?
and all that.
Yeah.
Now, it's like, it's almost as expensive as sirloin.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best tasting steaks ever because it has a slight chew to it, but it has the correct chew. It doesn't have a tough chew. It has a really flavorful, mouthy chew. And
It's got a nice tooth.
And the flavor of beef is insane.
Yeah, super
Okay,
beefy.
we're gonna do a dry rub. The rub is pepper.
Yeah? Oh, let me smell that. Hold on.
Tell me what it is.
Oh, it smells like celery seed.
Celery salt.
Oh, okay.
I love celery salt.
That's
I put it on my,
interesting.
I put it everywhere. I put it on my roast chicken. Put it on eggs.
Really?
I love it.
It's good on a hot dog.
It is.
It is in the slaw on a hot dog.
Salt.
Ooh, yeah.
You're right. Yes.
Paprika. Okay, we're gonna stir that together. Use this spoon.
Of course.
And we're gonna marinate this for 2 hours, 3 hours. Not too long, it's not that big.
Jeffrey, I am so interested in the celery salt on this because I have mine and I hardly ever use it. I never thought about putting it in a steak rub.
Same here.
We're gonna rub that all in.
Maybe it'll be good shaking over a burger with the salt and pepper,
Absolutely
too.
love it.
Right?
All right, I'm gonna put it on here, so I'm just gonna rub it in here. I'm gonna put it in the fridge, covered. You don't have to cover it, but cover it. And 2 to 3 hours.
Oh.
Would you put that in for
Till
me?
it gets dry.
2 to 3 hours. And what is really important, when you take it out, it must sit outside at room temperature for 2 hours.
Must.
It's really important.
It's
it
a
has
must.
to get room temperature. Otherwise, you'll have a raw steak inside and a crust outside. Really
2
important.
hours?
2 hours. So we have it here. Gonna darken a bit. It's fine. And then a screaming hot pan, right, Jeff?
Always.
Really important. Let's have that scream a little more.
Wow. Double
Can you give me a good scream? Okay, good. Put that
We
in.
hit the same screen.
Put that in and
we're
leave it
insane.
alone.
Leave it. You just...
All right, we have the steak that was marinated room temperature in a very hot cast iron pan. Now, what do? I like to continually turn this. Why is that? Because all the fat inside of the steak pan is being rotated with the salt and the herbs and getting all that luscious, it's almost a glaze on a glaze.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're kind of confying the beef while you cook it.
Okay.
And so that's a technique I learned. I learned this from a really great chef, Island Sayak, and he showed me how to cook a steak, and he was French.
There you
How
go.
about that?
Well, it's like almost like that note Alex always gives when she sears. She doesn't just let it sit. Move it around.
Move it around a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's-
So,
reconnect.
Kids are
I'm
doing
moving
that
around.
all over.
All that beautiful love is gonna go on. Now I cooked this so the inside is 130.
Is that like just above rare?
just
medium
above rare, and then we're gonna let it rest. Okay, so I'm gonna just touch it, and I feel like it's,
Look at that.
it's getting there. It's starting to let go. Now what I'm gonna do, this is something else I also do, is when I feel it's about 100, I shut it off and keep it in the pan. It's gonna finish right there, and
Cast
it's gonna
iron.
rest at the same time.
Great.
All right. We have our Earl. It's about 330, 40, but we have a little
You sound
potatoes.
like my granddaddy when you say
And I like to
that.
cut the potatoes really thin. I don't soak them, I don't wash them, and I just throw them in the fat like that. So on a mandolin, watch it, keep your hands up, just like that. This is a russet,
Gotcha.
and that's it,
Mandolin.
right? And just cut it in sort of like matchsticks, but thin enough so that they really fry fast. You can soak it if you want to get the starch out of it, but I'm lazy. I just don't like to do that. Now, a lot of people do it a way like the English do it, which what they do is they take a French fry and they boil it in water, par cook it until it's just finished, then they dry it and then fry it. I actually think it's a better method than twice frying.
Yeah.
I really think so.
The water boil, huh? Actually poaching it in water,
Yes.
not just in cooler oil.
Okay, we're there at 375, which means it's gonna go down to...
350.
Yes, and then I'm just gonna keep adding to them. That way I don't overcrowd the pan. Let
Yeah,
them
you don't
cook.
want, because it can bubble over.
I'm just gonna like cascade,
Cascade.
You.
right? And then I have my beef. You can see my beef over here is sitting. It's about 130 degrees. It's just hanging around. I'm gonna take it out,
Oh.
and I'm gonna put it on the board. It's gotta rest some more, so we're just gonna leave that alone. And let me get my potatoes in there.
I could eat that whole steak, Geoffrey. I'm just saying that. It looks so, I can eat that whole thing by myself, I bet.
And look at these fries, don't they look good? So they're like just clumpering. Now, what's great about these fries is you can make them ahead of time. They're not meant to be hot.
What is not meant to be
The
hot?
fries. These are pomme alamet. They just hang out like matchstick potato chips. You pile them high, and they're like crunchy and salty, like snacks.
Like the potato sticks you got in a can.
Yes. Look at these. They're all kind of like, it's like, it's gorgeous, right?
Perfect.
5 minutes, 7 minutes. Make sure the fat is quiet. When the fat is noisy, it means there's still water in there. And you'll see the bubbles get lower and lower, almost no bubbles. You know they're ready to come out.
So quick, too. Like, they fry up so quick because they're so thin, too. So you got to keep an eye on them.
These are the type of fries where you try to figure out how many you can shove in your mouth at the same time.
Yes, but I like to do these ahead of time. I say you don't have to serve them warm.
Jeez Louise, Jeffers. Look at that.
You want some salt?
Oh.
Let's do a little helicopter salt.
If you had a little, oh, there it is.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, more. All right.
So what we've done here, just to recap, we have all those beautiful juices, to which I add a little squidge of butter.
A squidge of buds.
A squidge of butter and a squidge of lemon.
This.
Because we want to collect, this is gold in here. It is 100% gold. So we're just gonna, we're not cooking it. There's heat in the residual heat in cast iron because cast iron is the bomb for heat, all right? All right, that's ready. That's ready. Oh.
Here we go.
We ready?
We're
Okay, our
like
steak.
mouths
So our steak, it's
watering.
really important. It goes this way, the grain.
Yeah.
So you gotta cut it across the grain. Maybe we can show you this piece here. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who wants this piece?
Daddy.
Oh, I love the invite.
Look at that.
Perfection.
Let me just make sure. Bro,
Not done
celery
yet.
salt.
Not done yet.
I've never done celery salt on beef. I'm so excited to taste this. It's the best thing about the kitchen is we're giving you stuff you know, but then we're putting our twist on it. I'm ready for this twist.
Okay.
That looks perfectly cooked.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Perfect.
Little
Born ready.
touch of the sauce on top.
Yeah, no
And just
oil.
put it on the plate here. Okay, so
Oh, a little bottom.
a little bottom, a little lemon.
Oh, man.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Here you go. Okay, that's for you, love.
Fries, please. Frites,
Oh, sorry.
por favor.
Man.
Por favor,
Take-
sorry.
Oh.
I mean, I want the whole thing. I want my whole
Gotta get
combi
the
right here.
experience.
My whole meal.
Sauce on the bottom,
Oui, chef.
spritz.
I want an end piece,
Oui,
please.
chef.
Perfectly cooked, at least visually from here, you know.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And if, listen,
fries.
to me, this is the way you cook this steak. But if you must, you can go further. But, right? It's
Yeah, this is not a steak you want to
go
medium
further.
well.
Yeah.
Because it is chewy, you know, and a great,
wanna chew it.
pleasantly chewy.
This is really deeply delicious. It's just so meaty and beefy.
That's the cut. It's the cut.
But nothing you did got in the meat's way. The fries taste so potatoy